Hey guys, it's great to see you again and welcome to our IELTS exam preparation. Before we start our 7th lesson, try to remember some useful material that you learned from the previous 3 lessons. In which ways could it possibly be useful for you? Do you think it can help you pass the exam? Just think about it for a while. And now, let's go further. In today's listening, we're going to learn how to identify main ideas and how to understand how ideas are actually connected together.
So, before you do some of the exercises, read some tips that can help you complete them. Focus on the main points of a talk. The questions in the listening paper will focus on the main points made by the speakers. So it is important to be able to identify the main points of a talk. Remember who the speaker is and why they are talking. At the start of each talk, you will be told who the speaker is and why they are talking. You won't be tested on this, but you can use this information to get a clear idea of the situation. This can help you to concentrate and follow the information in the talk. Listen carefully to the speaker. Do not omit the details. As you already know, the questions in the IELTS listening paper do focus on the main points of the talk. But something you should also know is, in between the points, the speaker may also mention things that are not directly related to the main purpose of the talk. So do your best to listen carefully to the speaker and get their message completely. Be ready to complete a summary. You may be asked to complete a summary in the listening paper. This can look difficult, so it will help to break down the information. Don't be worried about technical terms. Don't be worried if you see technical terms in the listening questions. These will usually be explained to you. And now, listen to part of a talk and complete the task.
Recording 27.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John, and I'm a paleontologist. Now, when most people hear that, they immediately get an image of an old professor studying dried-up dinosaur bones, or else they think of a great adventurer from the movies. Well, I'm neither. But I would like to talk to you today about how I came to be a paleontologist and the reason I believe it is an important job. All my life, my main interest has been the environment, so I actually started out as an ecology student. As part of my degree course, I had to do a unit on extinction, and a lecturer visiting from another university gave us a talk on Australia's extinct animals. One of the animals he talked about was called the diprotodon. It's an ancestor of the modern Australian wombat. He described this enormous animal crossing ancient lakes, getting stuck in the mud and becoming part of the fossil record, which is what we call the preserved remains of animals and plants that we find. And I was fascinated. So fascinated that I immediately changed courses. But paleontology isn't all easygoing. The very first field trip I went on was pretty awful. We went to an outback fossil site and we were digging in extreme conditions. I've learned since that that's pretty standard for work like this. But to make matters worse, after 5 days I'd found nothing. I was getting really disheartened, and I was starting to regret my decision when, on the last day of the trip, I was digging into the bank of an ancient dried-up riverbed and found a funny-looking piece of rock. Inside it was a tooth from a giant kangaroo. Finding that one fossil made me realise that this was a field I really wanted to continue working in.